what's the first thing you can remember when you was little? What's the earliest thing you can remember? Like maybe your first Christmas, or the first birthday you had. You can remember.
I can't really remember the first Christmas because that was.
Well, the first one that you.
The first
one I can remember. Okay, one I can remember that we thought there was Santa Claus, and Daddy came. He went out wherever he had our toys. But he went out and he had brought them in and put them on the bed, and he went and sat down in the kitchen across the door, and he told us, "Now watch, it's Santa Claus will go down that hill." And we was looking for him so bad that I thought I saw Santa Claus, but I didn't. I don't guess. And that's the first thing I remember about Christmas, and we got dolls and
what
candy.
Kind of doll was it?
Just
homemade doll or porcelain doll or rag doll?
It was just a little old. It was just a little baby-like doll. No, it wasn't a rag
Made
doll.
out of rubber? Or?
Something like that. Maybe, you know.
Plastic, hard plastic.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
what it was.
What did y'all eat at Christmas? What kind of meal did y'all have?
Well, we had good meals. We had boiled ham and biscuits and green beans and cornbread, and we ate good because we lived on a farm. And Mom made cookies and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't much stuff bought back for us, I can remember, when we lived on Cancer Ridge.
When you had a birthday, did Granny bake cakes?
I can't remember that. Was she baked cakes for us or not?
Can you remember when you first went to school, who your teacher was, or where did you go to start school at?
Well, started school at Swords Creek. We'd moved off from Cancer Ridge, and I went to Swords Creek, and my first teacher was Miss Eddie L. Hurt.
Oh.
And so we was having a reading class, and we had to stand up around her. And it's only lick I ever got while I was in school. And because I didn't know that word, she had a paddle and had holes in it, and she whacked me on the legs with it. Because I didn't know that word. And we had to walk to school, and one morning, well, more than one morning, but it was pouring down rain that morning, and I had on these godforsaken socks come up above your knees. And we didn't wear pants. We wore dresses, and I got soaked, and I was so embarrassed. But nevertheless, she made us stay up around the stove. And she said, jerked my dress up and said, "Here," said, "dry them socks." And here I was so embarrassed, but I wasn't in about the 2nd or 3rd grade. But she made me stand up around the stove till I dried them socks and dried my dress in front.
So what was your classroom like?
It was one big room.
And did kids of all ages in there?
I went through the 1st through the 3rd, and then the 4th, 5th, 4th and 5th. We didn't have but 3 rooms. It was like,
So it was
I believe we went to the 4th, and then 5th and 6th, and then in the 7th, Claudine Hale had the 7th. I had 3 teachers when I went to Swords Creek School. I had Miss Hurd, and then Harvey Robinson, and Claudine Hale.
When you started school, could you learn to read, or did you know how to read before you went to
No,
school?
I had to learn after I started.
What did y'all write with?
Pencils. We weren't allowed to have pencils on a rough tablet, and we weren't allowed to have ink pens or anything like that to write with. You had to write with, and we started out printing. And I can't remember when I started writing.